Yellow Productions presents
a travel guide for visiting the historic town of Sintra, near Lisbon, Portugal. I'm Chris, and this is my traveling panda Topher, and today we're going to show you everything you need to know to visit Sintra. One of the highlights of Sintra is this palace, Pena Palace. It's a fantasy castle or fantasy palace that was built by the cousin of the king who built the Neuschwanstein Palace. If you want to see that video, click out the link over here. On your trip to Sintra, the first thing you should visit is the palace because it's the most popular. If you're coming from Lisbon, from the time you get on the train to the time you get here, it'll probably be about 2 hours. That's because you take a train, it takes about 40 minutes on the train ride from the Rossio station. Then after you get off the train, you get on a bus. That bus takes about 20 minutes or 30 minutes to get up here to the palace. You stand in line to buy tickets, and if you're visiting multiple attractions, I highly recommend that you buy them all together so you don't have to stand in line in each one. You get a discount if you buy multiple tickets, and then after you bought these tickets, you buy another bus ticket for €3 that'll bring you from the ticket booth up to the top of the palace. It's worth it, but just be prepared for a bunch of different modes of transportation. This totally looks like the kind of castle that Walt Disney would have built. Well, I mean, if Walt Disney would have built a second castle, maybe a third castle. He's built a lot of castles, but this looks like a Walt Disney castle. On the wall walk of the Pena Palace, there are some fabulous views of the ocean, the hillside, the Moorish Castle, and Lisbon. The Pena Palace also has a really neat cafeteria. Well, I'm not sure if the food is all that neat, but the view really is. The restaurant that's downstairs, while not as good of a view, has hot food. So if you're not into sandwiches, you can get some hot plates down here. The inside of the palace is quite cozy, as you can see by this hallway. If you're over 6 feet tall, because I'm exactly 6 feet tall, be careful, because you'll touch the top. After you finish the Pena Palace, it's just 300 meters down this road to the Moorish Castle. Be careful as you're walking though, because the bus that came up here drives on this road too, so stay to the side. For a slightly more unique mode of transportation, there's a number of companies that run tuk-tuk tours of Sintra. That looks like fun. After a short 10-minute, only slightly treacherous walk, you will come to this almost unnoticeable wall. But that's the entrance to the Moorish Castle. Don't miss it. Once you pass through that wall, it's another 400 meters to the main castle. Good to know. Make sure you bring your walking shoes and yellow socks. And after another fairly 10 arduous minutes of walking up the hill, you'll be ready to conquer the new Moorish Castle. The reason why it's called the new Moorish Castle when you come in is because they're doing a significant amount of reconstruction and reconditioning on it. It's new because if you look here at the entrance gate and the cafe, it is definitely new. And their goal is to create and recreate the romantic ambiance originally created by King Ferdinand II. If you like climbing stone steps, this is the attraction for you, because not only are there many stone steps here, but they are steep as well. So this is an attraction where you'll get a good amount of exercise. And while you're walking, you can enjoy a little bit of history too. This fortification dates back to the year 1100. To the Moors, they built it to protect the Iberian Peninsula. It's very interesting to visit this castle after the palace, because the palace, it's a fake one. It was built just for recreation. This one, it was definitely built to be real. And did I mention this one has a lot more steps? And once you've reached this keep, you've reached the top. You'll know because you can see the Pena Palace just off in the back. You know, people talk about the Great Wall of China. I don't know why they don't talk about the Great Wall of Portugal, because this wall is pretty great. And that's what I feel after climbing what I think is the 4,000 stairs to the top. Though the great thing about all the stairs is it makes for some excellent picture-taking opportunities, because there's less people here at the top than at the top of that palace that you can take a bus to. Once you're tired of visiting all the palaces and castles, fulfilled from visiting all the palaces and castles, take a trip through the historic center of Sintra. There are these really neat meandering pedestrian streets. You'll sure to find some souvenirs to bring back home, or maybe something to eat, or maybe even a little bit of port wine to drink. While I didn't eat at any of the restaurants here, I've heard a number of them specialize in seafood, and I'm not sure where I heard that from or what gives me that idea. While you're in the old town, stop for a snack, and a snack in Sintra means cheese tarts and a coffee. Topher really likes them too. And the most famous place to get an afternoon pastry in Sintra is at Pastelleria Periquita. They have two locations, one that's by the National Palace right down the street, and this one here, which is a 2-minute walk up the same street. I'd recommend coming to this one, number 2, because they have a little outdoor seating deck, which is a really nice place to sit, enjoy the weather, and enjoy your pastry. If after your coffee and pastry you aren't yet tired of fulfilled from palaces and castles, there's one more that you can get your fill of, and it's this one right here, just adjacent to the historic center. This one is the National Palace of Sintra, which is a palace with Arab origins, a residence of the Portuguese royal family from the 12th century. It was used in the Middle Ages as a royal retreat in the summer for hunting. It is a diverse blend of Gothic, Mujer, and Neo-Manuelan architectural styles and contains unique collections of Hispano-Moorish tiles and decorative arts. It's amazing that I know all of this, isn't it? This shot, it was a shot up here, right? Is it the camera operator? I hope so. Good news. This palace only has 100 steps. That seems like nothing compared to the Moorish Castle. The first big room you get to is called the Swan Hall. I'm just not sure why they call it the Swan Hall.
So if your travels take you to Portugal, check out Sintra for an amazing day of palace adventures.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Links are in the description. Thank you. Bye-bye.
You might enjoy watching one of these other videos. Click any one to watch. Links are also in the description below. If you enjoyed the Fantasy Palace in this video, you'll enjoy the new Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany. That video's in the lower left. Click on it. You know you want to.